Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I'm going to be talking about two things. I thought about splitting it up and making it one video, but it doesn't make sense since it's all relevant. And there might be some backstory, some context. I'm going to throw up pictures where applicable. I'm going to link products I'm talking about, all the things, okay? So I finished my planner for 2025. And this is an old garden catalog. I will link the playlist of me making this planner, of going through the different ideas and trying to figure out how to do this. I wanted to make something free. I wanted to make something sort of personalized and combine my two loves. So I really love gardening and I really love art and drawing, and that is what I use a planner for. I have different systems for different other things in my life, but I only buy one planner a year. And that's what it's for. It's for all my drawing, it's for my YouTube, all my videos, all my stuff. So this has shelf paper, it has little bits of paper, and then I have, oh God, this is old. Okay. I have one of these. So I have a brother, it's a P-Touch. I think this is the 65. This is 20 years old. Anyway, so I have one of those. And I used it for labeling. And I combined several different catalogs, and then the pages I ripped out, I cut and collaged back in for different elements. So here's my January spread. I'm just going to go through page by page with you so you can see what I've done. Here's my February spread. Here's my March. Here's April. You can kind of see that. I will link the artist creator that came up with these. I printed them from her webpage. I will throw up her name. Sorry, there's a lot in my mind swirling around and I didn't make video notes. So yeah, we'll throw it down here. May, June, July, and some of these are a little sticky. August. I ran out of glue sticks and had to use Elmer's glue. September, which is totally fine. I love using up all my products. October, November, here's December, and then I go into sort of note pages. So here are January notes. This is for culling together surfaces, mediums, and drawing challenge prompts and things that I plan to do for next year. Here's February notes. Here's March notes. This white paper is just printer paper. April notes. I wanted to do brown, but with pencil or black ink, it's not enough high contrast, and I need this to be, it's sort of like toggling that line between aesthetically pleasing and very functional. I need this to actually function and I need this to work. This is what I'm using for 2025, and if it doesn't work, and I can't make it work, or things aren't showing up, or if I make pencil notes on brown paper and it's hard to see and then they smear, it's not as functional as I need it to be. So that's why it's kind of the stark contrast. May notes, June notes, July notes, here's a tiny signature, August notes, here's September notes, October, November, here's December notes, here's budget notes. So this would be my budgeting for 2025. I may need to stitch in some other stuff to start for 2026. We'll see. Additional note page, additional note page, additional note page, and then here is the end. This is probably not enough note pages in here for me to use up. What I have is, I have about 20 pages left. This is an old Archer Olive. This is their snake. Don't buy linen covers. Oh my God, they're impossible to clean. But I have about 20 pages left in here of my bullet journal, and I'm gonna have to use these together. Because while this is sort of just bare bones, if I go to do another video challenge like Vlogtober or Vlogmas in July, I've done both of those. I've done Vlogtober twice. Anyway, so I've done monthly video challenges at least 3 times that I know of. But I have some pages I have some blank pages in here still. So I'm gonna have to make both these work together, but it was really fun. It's embroidery floss stitched in. I mean, it's all, and I can doodle, I can collage more things if I choose to. This is what I have. Now, this is, like I said, it was a lot of fun. It was a great learning process. At the end of the year, I will do a full review talking about what worked, what didn't work. I could already kind of tell you this isn't enough pages. This isn't enough stuff. Again, that's why I'll have to be dipping into my bullet journal for that. But my bullet journal has gone through several iterations of its purpose. So now it's just notes for my art, my YouTube channel, all my stuff. It's kind of a unique size, which is a lot of fun. I've never done square before. So let's get into the second topic. We are clicking through this quickly. So I have systems in place for the different things in my life. We homeschool, so I have a Traveler's Monthly, and maybe I can show you a page without, like, show you a month. Okay, it kind of looks like this all filled out. And then in the back, there's blank pages in the Traveler's Monthly. And, okay, I don't think anything's too, okay. And so I can put in curriculum ideas. I fill out the blank pages with the books I use, attendance record. The Traveler's Monthly is how I homeschool. For our records, we have to keep records by law. I keep more records than are required by our state. Every state in the United States is different. Welcome to the United States. This is something that I could go bigger, but it takes up too much space, but I can't get any smaller because then I can't get all the information in. So this is the perfect solution. I don't deviate from this. This is what year are we in? Homeschooling now. This is year 6 we are in. So I've done 6 of these. I don't shop around. I don't need to, basically when the price drops on the Traveler's Monthly, it's the 0.17, I purchase it. If it's under 10 bucks, then I will get it with my Surface purchase for the year for my art supplies. I know it's kind of a fine line between all the different things. There's a Venn diagram with a lot of overlap of buying an art supply but not using it for art. Anyway, I just throw this in with my art supplies. This doesn't ever deviate. I don't need this to deviate. It's perfect. The other thing I do is I journal every single night. I use a Moleskine Expanded, the 400 series. This is the blank page. Boy, they're full. Okay, so I write as small as I dare. This is perfect, and I customize it every year. This is my second one, and I customize it with different stickers. These are hollow stickers. This is now, that's what I call anxiety, and this is ice cream, you scream. So they're kind of funny, mental health, sparkly stickers. Anyway, this is perfect. This is 400 days in a row of me working on myself, processing through my emotions and all the things for anxiety and mental health. Perfect. One-stop shopping. When this drops in price, when I go to do my Surfaces purchase, this is what I purchase, the Moleskine Expanded. Now I know there's different iterations of this. I know this is made in several different countries, and some of the quality of some of these are better than the quality of some others. I will link a video by Seaweed Kisses. She is sort of the Moleskine queen. I'm calling you that. Hi, I love your videos. Anyway, and she's sort of figured out by the labeling of which has the higher quality paper when you go to purchase one of these. But I don't deviate from this. I don't need to purchase anything else. I don't then switch to a different brand, a different company. I like the 400 pages. I like the weight. I like the heft. I like the size. Like, it's just perfect, okay? Perfect, perfect. The other thing I have is just an appointment diary. There's 5 of us in this house. We have 3 children. We have 3 pets. We have a car. We have a house. There's things. This is 23 to 26. This is how I keep track of appointments. Okay, that's all this is just open calendar spreads. I can show you one that doesn't have notes in it. This is March of 26. That's all it is, and I just write in dental, ortho, medical, tune-up, Brevecta for the dog, heartworm medicine. Like, that's all this is. It's perfect. I don't need to deviate. When 26 goes to pass me by, I will purchase another one for another 3 years, It's small. Again, I'm a paper person, so some people are digital. They do Notion, they do other digital planners. My husband is a digital for his work, for his meetings, and I bring this to him, and we coordinate different things. So this is perfect. I don't deviate. Where I'm having trouble, and why this is a second topic that's correlated to the first portion of this video, is with my planners. So as I started picking up doing videos on YouTube, I realized I need a planner to sort of help me with my life. Now, this is the first one I got. This is from Typa Stationery on Etsy. They're currently, as of today, which is November, 9, 2024, they're taking a little bit of a break. They repurpose old books that people were getting rid of and they turn them into products. So this was a planner. It has stickers in here, washi tape. I doodled in here and I wrote in here and I made notes. And in the back was dot grid. And this is where I started making lists for my drawing challenges. And I was writing down the monthly challenges back when there were so few of them. It's just notes, just tons and tons and tons of notes. And there's a pocket, there's stickers. Like, I didn't even use every single page in the back. But this is how I realized that I love dot grid for writing. It's visually clean versus lined page. Again, what's best is what's preference. And this is where I realized that the lines on a page are distracting me when I'm trying to look at all the words and the things I'm writing down for my different notes. And I have pieces, parts, and I use this. This was from, it ships from Estonia. This was, when I bought it, it was $40. I drew some bugs, I drew some eyeballs, like I just made notes of things, of my videos and what I was drawing and working towards my goals, okay, for my channel. Let's go to 2022. Hobonichi Weeks. This is the bow, it's like the silk bow tie, is Year of the Tiger. I absolutely love tigers and I got the clear cover. So what I liked in this one, let me do likes and dislikes, and maybe you can see where I'm starting to have a problem. What I liked about this one, I know there's some weird washi tape things. I liked that there was no grid. It was really clean and I could draw and there was space to sort of spread out a little bit. And I liked that it had dot grid in the back. What I didn't like, there aren't a lot of options when purchasing. You just have to purchase whatever book they have. So you either love it or you don't. And that could be kind of difficult for folks that really like the design aesthetic of the cover. The paper's okay. I think the paper's my biggest problem with this one. The paper's okay. And there's a lot of space. So, I mean, the stickers helped. Okay. Hobonichi Weeks. A lot of people are familiar with this brand. What I really like, I like the Tomoe River paper. This is from 22, so this isn't the Sanson. This is the Taco something something. I'll throw up the name of the iteration of paper this is. I like that there's a tracker. I like that. I like that this was weekly, and I turned this one side into just a weekly draw. And that was perfect. It's absolutely perfect doing a weekly draw. I like that there's a monthly calendar thing in here. And I filled that up and made notes for my videos and what I was doing. Some days were different than others. Like, you could just see that I filled it, okay? And there's videos if you want to go back and draw with me while I was filling some of these pages. It's fine. I should probably create a playlist, and I didn't do that. Oh, the resplendent Quetzal. Okay. What I liked, what I didn't like. Let's talk about this. So, a lot of Hobonichis. I know, and I collaged portions. I did, and I created pockets, and there's flip-throughs, and there's all kinds of weird stuff going on in here. I don't like drawing across grids. I really realized that. Like, it's all gridded graph over here. There's also wasted space. It's a lot of wasted space. I tried to fill the space as best as possible. This is probably as close to like as any of them. This is probably the one I like the most. But again, like if I were to repurchase one of these for 2025, it would be $40. I'm talking Amazon. $40 on Amazon, and then this is a house we sort of live by. Plus the cover is $46, so we're getting really close to 50 bucks, right? Which is fine. It's just, it seems like a lot of money for the year. And I did some really unique things in here, didn't I? Added tapes and all kinds of stuff. I don't like drawing across, and I don't like the grid on here. It's really distracting, and it makes it look cluttered. I want everything to look as clean as possible. I want everything to be so easily readable that I just glance at it and I've got it. It's just a preference for me visually. I'm so visual. Also, the paper's ivory. It's fine for the most part. Like, I'm not mad at it. Oh, I taped those because I wasn't using those. Yeah, the graph, I'm not into it. But this is as close as I got to probably finding the best planner. But obviously I wasn't satisfied because I purchased something else. So this is 2023. This is the Midori. This is the B6. And again, I always opt for a cover if there's a cover option because my desk is gross and I draw and I use it and mediums get everywhere. So I drew the rabbit because it was Year of the Rabbit. You can kind of see that. I apologize, my neighbor's dog. Anyway, okay. So I like the Midori paper. It's a really nice smooth paper, and I like how clean. There's no graph behind this. There's no quotes. There's nothing chopped off. Like, there's plenty of space to sort of spread out and visually see. I like how clean this is. I really, really like that for the monthly spreads, and you can see I did a little bit of botanicals in here. What I didn't like, what I don't care for, is there's a huge chunk of lined paper in here, and I don't like the lined paper. You see I'm making notes of trying to figure out budgets and doing Vlogtober, and I don't know. I haven't used all this paper in here, so I'm still using this paper. And then there's blank in the back. So I think, yeah, there's random notes in here, and I am still filling it with notes and ephemera and stuff. I'm still using it, but I didn't care for the lined paper. And there's even a delineation with some of the lines a little bit darker, so you can do it quarterly, which I assume if you are into lines and you are into split and stuff, this is probably the handiest thing ever. It was a huge waste, which is why I'm still using it and going back and pulling it out and filling up the lines, because I don't like wasting anything. And then this was the list of what I was drawing for the monthly spreads. Yeah, a huge chunk of this was a waste, which is unfortunate because I love Midori products and I love how smooth their paper is, but this didn't work. It just didn't work. And then the one I bought this year. So diluted. I'm funny. Okay. Oh gosh, if you can't jest at yourself, who can? Okay, so this is the 2024. This is the Midori Hobonichi. This is Tomoe River paper. Oh gosh, our doorbell, hold on. Sorry about that. It's beautiful weather and my neighbors are awesome. So I purchased this. It's 65 US dollars, and then with shipping it came to 69. So this is close to 70, and this is a 365 planner. This is too much planner for me. I did not realize that this unto itself is its own drawing challenge. Now, for 2023, I did a year-long drawing challenge. I did the Stology 365. I only drew on one side of the page, so I purchased 2 of them with the covers. I will link my sketchbook tour playlist, and you can look at what I created in the Stology. Again, it's a lot of animals, a lot of portraits. That was an A5. I hadn't realized this would be its own drawing challenge. And trying to do another drawing challenge while doing this challenge is a lot of challenge. I can do a year-long drawing challenge. I can do monthly back-to-back drawing challenges. I've done that for, a year and a half in a row. That's not a problem. When I go to overlap drawing challenges, like I did the botanical one while I was doing this one, it becomes a lot. And I can't double up drawing challenges months in a row. I can't do that back to back to back. I'm not made of time. So I have to understand my boundaries with making sure that my art stuff doesn't take over all the other aspects of my life. I'm spending time with my kids and my family. I have to make sure that it doesn't become a slog or a chore or something I don't look forward to. And doing overlapping drawing challenges becomes work. And I like this to be my stress-free fun thing. So filling this out every day is the drawing challenge. Like, it just is. This took 2 hours. Like, this is a pheasant from China. Like, some of these were quicker, some of these weren't. I have all mediums. I will do a full tour of this when it is filled at the end of the year. I like that there's sort of, I have not done filling this stuff out either. There's sort of a future log, and then you get into the monthly things. I like this, but again, there's grid, and it looks really cluttered to me. I don't know why that is. It's just a thing. It looks cluttered. And then I get in here, and the left side is all doodles. So what I've created for myself essentially is a doodle library of things to draw and sort of do warm-up drawing exercises with. And then the right-hand side is the actual art. But it's its own drawing challenge at this point. It's been a lot of work, and I haven't been able to do anything else. I haven't been able to fill other sketchbooks because I'm doing this instead. And I hadn't realized that this would be such a sketchbook. Like, I thought this would be a useful planner. For me, this is a sketchbook. So I will not be purchasing this again. One, I think it's overpriced. Sorry, it's just honest. Almost 70 bucks. It's too much. And it's a glorified sketchbook for me. And this may not be how you use it or how you plan to use it. So again, this is unique to me, and this is my problem with it. Again, and I'm tired of drawing through grids. Like, there's grids, and I like a clean page. I don't care if it's a colored substrate and it's like tone tan or tone gray or whatever, but I don't like the grid graph. I don't use it enough to align things, so it doesn't work for me like that. And obviously there's ghosting and bleeding, but again, I'm using it, I'm filling it. So I could have dropped this, like stopped using it, or changed how I used it. But this gets into my sort of third issue, and my third issue is Instagram. I know, this video is a lot. Just put it on when you're doing something else. You don't have to look at the screen. Instagram has AI, and AI is not going anywhere, so I have to make my peace with it, but it scrapes all the images you put on there. So from now to the future, I will not be putting actual sketchbook illustrations on my Instagram. It's just these planner drawings. I mean, some of these maybe you would consider an illustration. You know, I like eyes. Yeah, so Instagram is just going to be planner drawings. It's not going to be my sketchbooks anymore. My sketchbooks are all going to be on YouTube. I will still be putting stuff up on Instagram. There is daily with this. And then in January, I will reevaluate how I go to upload. And it may be a weekly thing, it may be a daily, I'm not sure. So you can see through all these iterations, none of these are the end all be all. None of these are the one I'm gonna keep buying forever and always, because they're just not the perfect one for me. Again, this is the perfect thing for our homeschool. This is the perfect thing for my journaling. And this is the perfect thing for appointments. I don't have my perfect planner. Now, I've looked at other planners. I've looked at Sterling Ink. I will throw up pictures. I have looked at the Wonderland 222, which I think is not the Sanson Tomoe River. It's the older iteration. And both of those have a lot of grid graph stuff, and it looks really cluttered. And again, if I go to draw and doodle like I do in my planners, I like doodling in my planners. That's a thing I started doing, and I realized how much I just enjoy doing that. I just enjoy throwing up little doodles and sketches and stuff. This one is more heavily on stickers, but again, there's doodles every week. Yeah. So I don't have my perfect planner, and I didn't make it. I made a free one. which is awesome and a lot of fun, and I'm gonna fill it, but this is not my perfect planner either. So where does that leave me, and what am I doing with my Instagram and all the different things? So for those of you that are newly subscribed, let's do a little history. For 2020, during the pandemic, I took the entire year off. I didn't create anything at all. In 2021, I believe I did 13 drawing challenges or 14. I did a ton. I filled 14 sketchbooks. I went purchase crazy in 2021. I made bad purchases with stuff that was going out of business, with stuff that was limited edition. There was very much the scarcity mentality, and I just purchased crazy. And I realized towards the end of the year that I blew it, and I didn't make the wisest choices, and I wanted to learn about myself and my purchasing. So in 2022, I did a no-buy art supply, and I videoed all the process of me going through that whole year of not buying anything and talking about it. I have a playlist. There's over 40 videos. It was before I owned editing software, so all the videos are under 11 minutes or under 12 minutes, something like that. And so there's 40 of them, and I'm talking about different things of my realizations and of creating an entire year and filling sketchbooks all year long without buying anything. And it was strange, and it was wonderful, and it was difficult, and it was easy. And it was so many conflicting things all at once. I loved it. I highly recommend folks do it if they can figure out how to make time and space to do a no-buy. And since moving forward, I'm doing a low-buy, which means I only spend $50 or $500 a year. Now, like something like this, where 70 is taken out of that 500, that's a huge chunk. But I have a product left over from 2021. Actually, all the sketchbooks I have left to fill, all of them are from 2021, and I have about 8 or 9 left, I think. I have an inventory in here. I have so many things in here. This was part of my no-buy. You can see I inventoried all the art supplies I owned. I know, which was a lot of work, but I highly recommend doing that too. And you can see the sketchbooks that at the time I hadn't filled. I haven't updated this at all, but I have at least half a dozen sketchbooks still. None of them are older than 2021. Now, one of the ones I purchased, you're like a good Lord woman. I know, I'm sorry, but thank you for hanging on and staying with me. I appreciate you. This is from Gallon Leather. This is the 400-page blank made in Turkey Tomoe River 52-gram white paper. This is the B6. I purchased this in 2021. I made an Etsy purchase of some unique sketchbooks, and this was one of them, and I was like, I have all these ideas for it. And then I got it, and I was like, holy crap, it's leather. That's not environmentally friendly. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to, I knew it was leather, but it just didn't, I don't know, it just looked beautiful. And sometimes that's all it takes, and I'm all click buy. So I used to be really irresponsible with my purchases, but I'm getting better, I promise. And I need a cover for this because it's already getting scratched, and it's only been sitting in my shelving cabinet with all my art supplies. So I have this, and this isn't the Sanzen. Again, this is the older iteration of the Tomoe River. And it's 400 pages. And it's stitched in, and it's white, and there's no grid or graph. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this. That's because you're clever. And I was thinking about this. I was like, you know what I could do with this? And I've had two ideas. The first idea, and this may not be feasible, which is why I developed a second one in my brain, was I could draw lines, like cut it in half and cut the halves in half. So imagine 4 evenly chunked sections. And this could be a 4-year planner, 4-year diary, 4-year journal. And I write down what I'm drawing, working on a video, whatever, and I do 4 years worth, which 365 from 400 leaves you quite a decent chunk in the back for notes and budgets and all the other things I like to keep track of. But again, I fall into the problem that I have with this one, which is a drawing a day. It's a horse. You can really see the metallics, can't you? And while this is smaller, it's infinitely smaller, it would still be a chunk of my day. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to borrow the idea from here. Hello, Hobonichi. Thank you for the idea. Do you love dinosaurs as much as I do? I really love them. I even wrote the name so I wouldn't forget. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line and cut the page in half. And this is going to be a weekly sort of planner, diary, journal. Gosh, I need to pick a name and stick with it. And in doing so, I can do a sketch, and then I can do my notes of what I'm working on, what I'm drawing. So it's just going to be a little partial sketch for the week, a tiny thing. And then it won't feel like I'm overlapping two distinct drawing challenges. Because I can't do an A6 drawing a day and then do another drawing every single day. And I want to do back-to-back drawing challenges for 2025. I can't do it. I don't have the time. And when stuff hits the fan, because sometimes stuff does, doing two things at the same time, something has to give. So I like to cut myself a little bit of a break. So I think I'm going to turn this into a weekly, where there's a weekly thing, and I may have a monthly calendar spread. And then we'll just see how long it takes me to fill up 400 pages, like how many years worth. And I think I might do like a goals for the year, and then January notes, and then get into the weekly, and then have a January review, which would act as, I want to try and recreate this tracker, because when I was doing drawing challenges, you can really visually see what I created. 11 watercolors, 20 colored pencils, 6 colored pencil, 28 pens, 31 watercolor, I don't know my abbreviations. Anyway, but you could, acrylic, pencil, pastels. Okay, and I documented make sure I was rotating through all my art supplies as I was doing these drawing challenges. And then I had other things that sort of overlapped, and I noted that. There was overlap because some of these sketchbooks have more than 30 pages. So to do sort of a monthly review, I could then document, okay, January wrap up or January review, and then put 30 watercolor sketchbooks or watercolor illustrations. This was the sketchbook I filled, and just all the notes. And then go into February notes for the drawing challenge I plan to do for February, and then the weekly, and then a February wrap up, and then a March note. And then the end of the year would have like December wrap up or December review, and then I would do a full 2025 review and do sort of a tallied total before I go into 2026 goals and then January notes. So this may be what I fill, and just drawing a half line. I can do a dedicated video to this, putting this together if you want to see. It's not going to be, I plan on like picking a pen, let's see, that's very, very pale. And I'm thinking either the cool gray or the warm gray, the Copic multiliner, and having really faint lines and writing the dates really small. I don't want a lot of wasted space, and I don't want it to be too distracting. So visually, I mean, I could washi tape and I could write in calligraphy and make it really stunning with my notes and my doodle, but I don't want that to be the element that shines through. I want the notes and I want the doodle. That's where the emphasis is going to be. So, you know, me drawing lines and writing really small in pale gray may not be the most visually interesting for you, but that's kind of where I'm at. And gosh, I think I can get quite a few years in here. And the only question is if I want to do calendar spreads in here and turn this into a full planner and have this be my end all be all planner. Now, I can tell you some things about this. Because I purchased this in 21, I noticed on Etsy that their shipping price has gone up $10 or $11. So if you purchase this on Etsy, it's $4 more than if you purchase it on their webpage versus Amazon. Amazon has a version of this that isn't leather. It looks like a black, I don't know. It's just a black texturized cover. It looks really nice. It's soft bound. Like this one's pretty soft. Can you tell I'm bending it? It's really soft. That's $30 with free shipping. So the environmentally friendly, most budget version would be Amazon. I'm going to link all the things. But if you're like a color person like I am, like they have a camel one that's really pretty. Oh my gosh. And again, covers. So looking at covers that are B6, Kokio Campus has a B6 that's crystal clear and shiny. Jet Pens, I'll link it. Nolte has sort of a fogged, I don't know, frosted cover that has a pen loop. That's on Amazon, that's B6. Oh, you need stickers. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be amalgamation. So 2025 is going to be me using this up and going, yeah, I knew going into this you weren't gonna work, but you were tons of fun to create, and I got to collage for quite a few hours, and that was really satisfying because I hardly ever get to collage. It took me about, I'm trying to think, I want to say 6 hours this week I spent on this, putting this together and collaging and just making sure I was using up all the different things that I had torn out and ripped up, so it was filled and looking good while being functional. It's just not going to work long term. I'm going to have to dip into here. And then I'm going to overlap these. It's going to look like I have 2 planners for 2025. And then I think going into 2026, this is going to be it. Which I know people love a good unboxing of planners, and I'm not going to have those videos. What I'm trying to do is find my forever loves and stick with those forever. That's not visually interesting for you guys, but it's the most economical, sort of satisfying way for me to go about doing this process. I've purchased a lot of things over the years, and I have to really go through day by day by day and fill out a thing every single day to realize what I like and don't like. Like, I'm so tactile and kinesthetic that when I visually see myself filling out a planner, it's not the complete amount of information for me to go, okay, is that the best purchase? Because I thought this was a good idea. I thought this would be a great planner. Oh my God, this is a sketchbook. I treat everything like a sketchbook. My planners are full of sketches because I'm an artist. So I have to doodle in them. Like it's inescapable at this point. It's part of my planner process is drawing and filling it out. But I literally bought a glorified sketchbook and called it a planner. I'm hilarious. As you can see, I still have to, I created a swatch page. I have bleeding notes. Like I like that the end papers are brown. Can I say that? I love it. But I don't like drawing across graphs. It's too distracting. I can't scan it or do anything with it. It's not my favorite. It's just not how I draw. And maybe I'm too picky? I don't know. But what I'm seeing when I look at other people, because I've been watching unboxing videos of people opening up their planners for the year and listening to them discuss how they're going to use them. Because some people have planners for their pets, for their gardening, for their health, for reading books, for entertainment, just for fun junk journaling. Like, people use planners in the most amazing creative ways. So I've been watching those unboxings as people discuss how they're filling them. And I'm like, that's not how I do it. And then I look at the pages and it just already looks filled, I guess. I love the Tomoe River paper. I don't want to move past that for planners. That's like my favorite planner paper. Sorry, Midori. I do love you. But everything looks cluttered. And I don't want to waste tons of pages. I want everything to be filled. I want to do my part. Like if I'm buying a product, I want to use a product. I want to use it up. I want to have a good, enjoyable experience. I want to be able to track my stuff. And again, while this is like a year-long drawing challenge, essentially, when I go to pick this up and look through it again, it's going to be for the other pages. It's going to be for the doodle references, not for the drawings, which is really strange. That was not my intent, but that's what it's turned into. So I was trying to plan on doing a book this year, and that did not work because of emergencies and personal things going on with health at home, with everybody here in my life. So it was all I could do just to get out an A6 drawing. Like, that's all I could do. And sometimes we just have to celebrate the small wins and be like, good job doing that. High five for just doing a thing, even if it's one tiny thing. I could not do a book on top of this. This is just too much. This is its own drawing challenge, and I didn't realize it was going to be like that, but once I buy a thing, I want to use it. So, oh, stubborn. Okay, so, again, Hobonichi Weeks tried. It got really close. Like, it did get close. I don't like the graph. I don't like it. So, I'm creating my own with this old gallon leather. I'm going to fill it. I need to get a cover. I need to put it together. If you want a video on that towards the end of the year, which is, oh, it's next month, we can do that together. I could do a dedicated video of turning this into, I don't know, many, many years worth, which excites me because spending, I think it was $41 on this, plus, you know, if I get a cover, plus some stickers, it will totally be under 60 bucks. But if I use it for 4 years or I use it for, I don't know, 8 years, dude, that would be awesome. And then the other thing I have to decide if I'm gonna make this one-sided. I know, well, because of bleed through and stuff. And I'm not sure. I'll do a swatch page in the back. But again, you can see this is the 52 gram. This is not the 60. So this is the thinner paper. It's really thin. I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you make it work. As an artist and creator, you make all this stuff work. But I made this purchase, so I need to start using my stuff. I'm hoping that this will satisfy my accountability and my record keeping, and then putting this up on Instagram. I just don't want to put my professional illustrations, my sketchbook illustrations on Instagram anymore since AI is scraping them. And I know that's a bummer for folks that go on Instagram and want to see some of my more polished, finalized illustrations. But I don't like it. I don't like Instagram for that. I still will be doing the prompts and culling all the drawing prompts every month and putting that together. I enjoy doing that. That's something helpful I can do on Instagram. So it's not just me being accountable and doing sort of a daily illustration vlog, you know, keeping record for myself, but it's something I can give back to the community by culling and putting things together. And I enjoy doing that. This video is a lot. This is a long video and it's a lot, and I apologize. But that's where I'm at. I made a planner. I put it together. It has some of my needs, not all of them. I will fill it out. It will be a fun little record of 2025. But this is not a permanent solution. And I'm really hoping to make this a permanent solution. So I have all my things, and then every year I don't have to go shopping around. I don't have to try and visualize myself using a thing and going, is that gonna work? Is that gonna be too much? Is that gonna be not enough? Is that even gonna be helpful? Am I gonna need another product to go along with it? Like, what am I gonna do here? So permanent solutions is what I'm looking for. And this is part of what I learned doing a no-buy my no-buy art supply, sorry, my brain, I need to eat my lunch. And this is me going forward with my low-buy art supply. This is what it looks like. It's me trying to sort of figure out the best ways to spend my money. That way, if there's like a chunk, like I always think if my camera dies or my desk explodes, I don't know why it would, just, you know, hypothetically go with me. Like that's gonna be a substantial chunk of money, and that's gonna be probably my $500 budget all in one. So if I can move things around, because I don't really like the rising prices of planners. Like, I just think it's exorbitant. Like, it's a lot. Like $50 a year, like that's a lot. And I know to some people it's not. But if you only have 500 to work with and you're creating every single day and drawing every single day, you're gonna go through your supplies. You're gonna use some stuff up. And art supplies aren't cheap. They're just not, even when they have sales. I'm just trying to be as thoughtful and considerate of myself, my purchases, my budget. I'm just trying to take everything into account. So this is where I'm at for 2025. It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna double these up while I do drawing challenges. I know. But there's not gonna be a lot of doodling in here. I mean, like a little bit, like a little doodle, but not like a ton of, you know, this is like a monthly doodle thing. And if it's only a couple doodles a month, one for the calendar spread and one for the monthly note spread, it's like not a lot of doodles, you know? So this is not gonna be heavy on the doodles. This will have the stuff and this will be on the Instagram. And I'll still try and do some quality illustrations on here. They won't just be, I mean, some might be slapdash for the week. It depends on the week, but I need that flexibility. See what I'm saying? Like if I'm doing a because I have some A4 sketchbooks, and A4 is kind of large. Again, this is me. This is how I process. I talk out loud. Thank you for listening to this, me ramble and carry on for absolutely way too long. But if I'm filling an A4 sketchbook every day for a drawing challenge, and I have 2 of those, and it takes me 2 months, 2 drawing challenges per sketchbook, I have 4 months of A4s, which is huge. It's absolutely huge. So having just a weekly doodle on top of an A4 illustration on just one day, that's gonna be okay. That'll be fine. I'm here for it. I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I am excited. Even though I've made things that haven't worked and purchased things in the past that haven't worked, it's all been learning growth experiences. And I'm just done shopping around. Like I need my forever products. I need the things that make me happy, that satisfy all my wants and needs. And then I need to figure out how to work those into my low buy budget. You know, asking for the moon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. I mean, if you made it to the end of the video, you're the real hero of this story. You really are. And I appreciate you so much. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.